The United States attacked an Iranian ground control base in Bandar Abbas and shattered the main hope of the Tehran regime to extract concessions from Trump through military pressure and diplomatic blackmail. This Thursday, May 28, 2026, the message left the negotiation table and reached the ground in southern Iran, near one of the most sensitive areas for American security in the Middle East. The strike hit a structure linked to the drone control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard after American forces identified a threat against their military and against navigation in the region. Trump had been under pressure from rumors of an agreement, from Iranian attempts to sell a false victory, and from demands regarding sanctions, uranium, and control of the Strait of Hormuz. But the response was different. No easy relief, no bad deal, no letting the regime breathe while arming drones against the United States. Why didn't Trump back down? How does this attack change the game? I'll tell you all about it in a moment. If you like this kind of straightforward, no-nonsense content, consider subscribing, because we have videos like this every day. The key information came from Reuters. US military forces shot down 4 Iranian attack drones and struck a ground control station in Bandar Abbas, which was reportedly preparing to launch a 5th drone. The action was described by a US official as defensive and unlimited, aimed at protecting US forces and navigation near Hormuz. The target was not symbolic. It was a practical part of the Iranian military machinery, used to command drones and increase the threat to vessels and troops in the region. Bandar Abbas is a port city central to the regime because it is located in southern Iran, in an area connected to the naval presence of the Revolutionary Guard. It is from there that Tehran tries to show strength when it feels it is losing ground in negotiations. The attack shows that Washington did not wait for the drone to leave and then regret the damage. The White House acted first, hitting the control point and taking away the regime's chance to turn the provocation into an advantage. Tehran tried to respond with propaganda. The Revolutionary Guard claimed it targeted a base used by American forces after the attack near Bandar Abbas. But the Iranian reaction also confirms the extent of the pressure. The regime wanted to appear in control, but was forced to admit that the strike happened on its own territory, near a sensitive military area. The narrative of strength falls apart when the drone command center becomes a target and the regime rushes to explain away the hit it took. The attack came at the same time that Tehran was trying to spread the idea that an agreement was almost ready. This is a well-known maneuver. The regime puts out different versions in the news, creates a sense of progress, tries to scare Trump's allies, and pressures the White House to accept a bad deal. But Trump responded with a statement that was both political and military. He said he didn't make all this effort just to sign a bad deal. In practice, he made it clear that he won't trade real pressure for empty promises. Iran's main defeat lies in the demands that were rejected. Tehran wanted sanctions relief, unblocking of resources, a longer discussion about enriched uranium, and some kind of influence over Hormuz. Trump said no. He said that Iran needs to hand over the highly enriched uranium without getting any reward for it. He also rejected the idea of Russia or China keeping this material. For Washington, moving the uranium elsewhere doesn't solve the threat. It would only give the regime time, diplomatic protection, and an excuse to survive politically. What explains Trump's toughness is simple. The Iranian regime wasn't just asking for time, it was trying to buy breathing room. Lighter sanctions would give them money. A longer deadline would allow them to reorganize. Control over Hormuz would give them the power to threaten. And uranium sent to another power would provide international cover. Trump saw the whole package and blocked each piece. The base hit in Bandar Abbas became the military side of that same political decision. The partial return of the internet in Iran also factors into this interpretation. After months of restrictions, messages and videos started circulating more widely again, even under surveillance and blockades. This is not kindness from the regime, it's a sign of strain. A blackout that's too long paralyzes trade, communication, services, and even the government apparatus itself. Tehran wanted to silence the population and control its external image. But economic and social pressure pushed the regime toward a limited, monitored, and heavily censored opening. This internal fragility helps explain why the Revolutionary Guard bets on external provocation. When the currency falls, the economy stalls, and the population starts communicating again, the regime tries to create fear outside to impose silence inside. Drones, naval threats, and rhetoric against the United States work as a smokescreen. But the strategy becomes dangerous when the other side isn't Biden or Obama. Trump didn't offer rewards to the aggressor. He struck the structure used in the aggression. The Iranian opposition and the diaspora also increased the strain. Communities outside Iran continue to denounce the repression, demand the fall of the regime, and expose the presence of terrorists and Tehran supporters in the West. For Tehran, this is a problem because the official narrative is no longer confined within the borders. With every video that comes out, every report that circulates, and every Iranian who speaks from abroad, the regime's facade weakens. The most significant political point is that Trump is crushing Iran's hopes on several levels. In the military field, he allows responses against targets linked to the threat. In the economic field, he maintains sanctions. In the nuclear field, he doesn't accept tricks with uranium. In the maritime field, he doesn't accept Hormuz being held hostage. In the diplomatic field, he doesn't treat mediators as the ones who make the decisions. This set leaves Tehran without an easy victory to present to its own people and its regional allies. The mainstream press tried to give the impression that Trump was close to giving in. The reality shown in the last few hours was different. Trump also stated that he is still not satisfied with the terms discussed and that he does not consider easing sanctions. Negotiations may be possible, but now it happens under pressure, not under Iranian blackmail. The regime still tries to use its regional proxies to force concessions. Hezbollah. Militias and Tehran's allies are still part of the board because Iran does not act only with its formal army. It operates through networks and scattered threats. That's why Trump also pushes for Arab nations to move toward the Abraham Accords and leave less room for Iranian influence. The next step depends on Tehran's reaction. If the Revolutionary Guard insists on drones, limited attacks, and provocations near Hormuz, the United States will have a stronger case. If the regime backs down, it will have to swallow a negotiation without the prize it wanted. This is the political trap created by Trump. Any escalation exposes Iran's military vulnerability, and any retreat shows that the pressure worked. The ground control base hit in Bandar Abbas became a symbol of a clear turning point. I'm Milson Alves, Global, and my purpose is to keep you well informed with the truth every day. The news links are in the video description. Leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and at the end, check out the comments so you can be even more engaged with the Milson Alves community.